All right, Ireland, Sarah, as you know, has its dancing, that stuff. Scotland has its, bagpipes. And now Australia... Bloody hell. And now Australia has its own iconic tradition, the shoey. A simple act leaving many with a weird taste in their mouth. Now that Harry Styles is on board, I've decided to take a look at where this bizarre Aussie trend began. It's the Aussie trend that has the world asking, why?
This is one of the most disgusting traditions I've ever...
From Harry's $1,100 Gucci's, if you don't mind, to an average Aussie plugger, sports stars. Hollywood celebs. Even today reporters. People the world over are pulling off their shoes and doing a shoey. So how did this somewhat bizarre tradition begin, you might ask? For years, many have thought it was F1 star Daniel Ricciardo who was the first to take a swig.
Don't try that at home, I think is what you were going to say.
Fellow loose unit and supercars driver, David Reynolds is also credited by some as being the shoey pioneer. But they were all beaten to the party by this guy. His name is Ryle Harris, and he is the original, the OG shoey legend. And Ryle joins us now from the beautiful Gold Coast. Ryle, so you are responsible, son.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys.
Tell us how you came up with this idea. Was it a late night at Melba's back in the day?
Mate, actually the weekend before that round in Perth, I was on the beers with the lads on the Gold Coast, and I said if I won next weekend in Perth, I'd do a shoey on the podium. So it was a bit of a Gold Coast thing. There's the Mad Hueys up here, and the boys. Some of my mates know those boys, and we just all started doing it when we were on the beers, and then. But I'm pretty sure I was obviously just the first one to do it on a podium, which was what. Sent it global, I guess. So.
Look, I know the Mad Hueys very well. I went out with Mad Hueys, JS, one night, and it took me 4 weeks to recover. The surprise.
I can imagine.
No one. Where were you out, incidentally? And were you surprised when that little night out turned into a massive worldwide tradition? I mean, it's ingenious.
Mate, I was actually at my mate's house on Southern Islands, and it was early hours of the morning, and I was actually doing a drop knee shoey on a stand-up paddleboard in the middle of a canal.
Because nothing bad ever happens in those canals.
Yeah, well, no one's ever actually asked me, so I guess I've got to tell the truth, I guess. So.
Hang on, let me just get it right. A drop knee shoey on a paddleboard in a Gold Coast canal in the middle of it in the 2 in the morning.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
That sounds about right.
Now, do you still have the first shoe? And by the way, why did you have shoes on a paddleboard on a canal at 2 in the morning?
Mate, I can't actually honestly remember to answer that question, but this is just what you do, I guess. So I've got a pretty loose bunch of mates up here. They're all good lads, though, and it was all good fun. But had no idea it would sort of kick off like this, and yeah, apologies to the rest of the world.
It's a shame you haven't been able to make a bit of coin out of it, brother. Share it amongst the lads.
Mate, I never really tried to capitalise on it. To be honest, this will be the first one I've done since that actually original shoey. So,
wow.
But I have set up shoeysforacause.com.au.
Oh, good man.
And I'll be auctioning off the boot, the original shoey boot, and all the proceeds will be going to Camp Quality.
Oh, that is good. We might get on board with that legend. Thank you so much for sharing exclusively on the Today Show and that investigative report. We tracked you down, and well done to you and all the lads. Thank you so much, mate.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
All right, what a legend. Sarah?
I reckon keep your shoes on unless it's for a good cause. All right, well, coming up today, fill your tank on... Hey there, Today fans. Sarah and...
What's my name again?
Oh, my God. Karl.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel, though. Subscribe now for more news, special reports and amazing Aussie stories.
And Karl misbehaving,
Whoa,
of course.
That never happens.
Always happens.
What's she talking about?
Always happens.